Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, viewers of Inside RIC Athletics. Today, my name's Owen, Kane. I'm joined by goalie of the women's soccer team, Chloe Angelone. Chloe, thank you very much for joining me this afternoon.
Of course.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, you're coming off that loss against Springfield over the weekend, 6-1, unfortunately. Was there anything that the team's looking for, going into the game later tonight against, you said Mount Holyoke, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct? So, Mount Holyoke, you guys played tonight. Is there anything different you guys are sort of like looking at, been training for compared to last weekend?
I don't want to say anything specific. I think going into playing Springfield, we knew it was going to be a tough game.
Right.
But, Coach says those are learning games, and we take what we learned from that and transfer to our future games.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're being a senior now, got a little bit of experience under your belt. You got a couple of young goalkeepers behind you, in Nicole Nunes and Adeline Cook, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you're telling them as they're coming into college and as they're trying to get this learning process just like you figured out?
Yeah, when I see them and they're coming in and out of games, I always tell them, keep your head up. I feel like it's so easy for goalkeepers to get stuck on one little mistake, and being able to really move forward and move past that, it really makes a huge difference, especially in your confidence too.
Yeah, you're almost 7 games into the season now. This will be your 7th tonight. Is there, is there another mindset that's changed from the preseason leading into, sort of like you're getting into the middle of the season now? I believe you probably have at least one out-of-conference game left. You guys are going into conference in a week or two. Is there a different mindset going into those conference games?
I think definitely, a little bit into the season now, we have a different mindset, especially seeing some new players on the field. I definitely think we learned how to play together, seeing everyone's strengths and weaknesses, and we want to build a deeper team this year. So we all want to really get to know each other and be able to become a closer team.
Yeah. For your goalkeepers, is there a routine that you guys like to do, for every game, or maybe might switch up from game to game because, you have home games and away games? Is there a certain routine that always stays the same for the goalkeepers and ones that change?
Yeah, our warm-up's always the same. We go off with our assistant coach, Louie, and we do our warm-ups. Besides that, I think it's kind of weird. The one thing I do is I always need to be chewing gum. So I'm always chewing gum during the warm-ups and the game. I think it's something that just calms my nerves and it just makes me focused and keep me going.
Yeah, whatever helps, really. I know a ton of people actually that really chew gum within the game and before their games, kind of to get a little something else on their mind.
I don't know what it is, but
it relaxes other muscles while you're moving your jaw muscle and stuff like that. So that's really cool. Yeah. So you faced a penalty against Springfield, or you faced a penalty against Curry College. When the team gave up that, unfortunately, you guys were already up, I believe, 2-0. So after Amber's goal, is there something you're looking at as a goalkeeper to try to guess one way or the other? Is it just all a guessing game? I've heard from some goalkeepers it can be just a guessing game, but there might be a little telltale that gives it away.
I think it's different with everyone. Everyone thinks differently about how they want to go to these penalty kicks. I always try to, keep myself calm, not overthink it, because I also feel like the player going to shoot the ball, they're trying to psych us out and look every different which way. So I feel like when I hear that whistle, I kind of just go with an instinct and go with it.
Yeah, is there any outside extracurricular hobbies you like to be a part of when you're not playing soccer? For instance, like in the summer, I kind of like to go down, enjoy the beach a little bit, get out, get your mind sort of away from school and soccer. Is there anything that you like specifically?
I'm a huge beach person. I love going to the ocean, Here during season, it's a little hard to get out and do those things, but even on a campus, just going to events and outside of that, just hanging out with my friends and just doing fun things we find online or something. We're like, we should do this. Even going on walks or whatnot.
Right. Yeah, it's like you drive past somewhere and you see this place, it has a little bit of commotion going on. So you're like, I kind of want to try that place one time. So is there only one, food or meal that you could eat for the rest of your life? So you have this meal for basically breakfast, lunch, and dinner all the time that you'd probably never get sick of. I know mine probably personally would be some sort of Mexican style tacos or burritos. I really like that stuff, but it can get me a little, uneasy in the stomach, at times if I eat it every time. But I'd say that's my go-to. What about you?
I feel like tacos would be a good one. You could do a bunch of different combinations with that. Or Probably pasta.
Pasta.
I love pasta.
Right. You can do like linguine, bow tie, all the different pastas.
There's so many things you can do with it.
Alfredo, red sauce, marinara, all the stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been our time so far today on Inside RIC Athletics. Thank you so much to Chloe for joining me today. They're going to have a game tonight. This is being filmed on a Monday. It's going to be against Mount Holyoke, who are 2-0-2 coming into the season, trying to look to give them their first loss of the season as they're 4-2 coming in to this game tonight. So be sure to stay tuned on the LEC Network. You can also catch this interview on the LEC Network at halftime during that game. So be sure to stay tuned through that. If not, on the YouTube page at ricathletics.com. GoInkerman.com is where you can find everything else. Thank you so much again, Chloe. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you.